Hello, welcome back to another video. I haven't done one. I think I last filmed in like April of last year. And now it's January 2025. What happened? What happened? This year, I really want to get back into making videos because I really miss it. And so I thought we'd just have a little chatty reintroduction, have a little summary of last year, both sort of life and the reading side, plans for this year, life and reading. And I think in the middle of that Venn diagram of life and reading is this YouTube channel. So that's what we're going to chat about, yeah, last year, this year, all of those things. So last year, we put an offer in on a house in January, which was very exciting. It did not go smoothly as we had hoped, as is always the way. It ended up taking more time and more money than we had anticipated, but we did buy the house. This is our house. I am now filming in a house I own, which is bananas. No more gross magnolia rented walls in the background. Now you get our green that we picked ourselves. So yeah, we bought a house. That was the main thing that happened at the start of last year that very much consumed all of life. There was also a couple of family things. We had a family bereavement, which, you know, again, all life just kind of stops for a little bit when something like that happens. We bought this house, we moved in, and we immediately realised there were way more renovations needed than we had anticipated. So we had to gut the entire kitchen. We now have a brand new kitchen. The bathroom is half done. It is now functional. It was not functional, and now it is. So it's still got the old tiles, basically. We just need to do the tiles. But yeah, we are slowly but surely making headway on turning this house into our home. It's taken up most of last year. It will take up most of this year. We also decided, we just got this new house. We had no kitchen, no bathroom, and we thought, why not get a puppy? So we have a puppy. Mackie, would you like to make your YouTube debut? Are you ready? Probably been able to see her tail twitching. Here she is. She's not really a puppy anymore. Well, you are a puppy. You're just big, aren't you? Yeah. She's 9 months old. This is Mackie. It's short for Macaulay Culkin. She has her own Instagram, of course. What more could you expect? So I'll put her Instagram in the description. You're just loving the cuddle, aren't you? And the attention. Yes. Yes, you are. You're going to sit on my lap now? Yeah? She's so lovely. We love her so much. She's like the best thing we could ever have done, and like we just love having her in our lives. Yeah, you want to say hello again? You want to say hello? No, you just want to cuddle. Okay. Should we have got a puppy when we had no kitchen and no bathroom and our only running water was in a downstairs toilet that doubled as a bin room? Probably not. But you know what? No regrets, because you're just amazing, aren't you? She's just so wonderful. But also took up a lot more of our time last year. So, you go to sleep now. Okay, you're going to have a flop? Yeah, okay. So, new house, new dog, renovations. I did mention some sad family things, but we had lots of happy family things last year. My sister got married and it was the most incredible, beautiful day. It was it was amazing. And I got to be bridesmaid for her, which the best thing you can ever do for a family member, you know, to just be involved in that way. And we had 2 more weddings last year, and I was bridesmaid for one of those as well. And yeah, so lots of lovely things to celebrate last year. She's just like flopped with her chin on the arm of the sofa. You're so funny. Last year was mostly really great. There were a couple of you know, we had its downs, but it was mostly ups. It was just a crazy year. It was a crazy year. Filming YouTube videos just didn't happen, basically. I think I made about 3 last year, all in the start of the year. Most of my time off was spent sat on this sofa, but with this room, it had horrendous wallpaper when we moved in. There was that horrendous wallpaper up, and it took us ages to take it down because it was in really bad condition. And there were builders coming in and out of this doorway right here. Like, it was just not the right circumstances. And yeah, I didn't really have the creative energy for it last year. But I did read a lot. I read so much. I think I needed the escapism, you know? So I read so much last year. I discovered some amazing books, and I really got properly into my Bookstagram for the first time. I've been sort of using it this whole time, but never really making grid posts, and I kind of let go of the idea that I had to be like an aesthetic Bookstagram. I love aesthetic Bookstagrams, they look stunning, and I really wanted to kind of be that. And I think also I knew that a lot of people only follow aesthetic Bookstagrams, that that's like their line, and I didn't want to sort of exclude myself. Yeah, making yourself known, having your say. I didn't really want to exclude myself from that. But we just moved house. All of my books are in the boxes in the front room still. I was reading mostly from my Kindle. I wasn't really in a position to be making beautiful pictures of books because we didn't have a beautiful spot in the house. So I just made a deal with myself that I wouldn't care about that anymore, and I would just post the reviews that I write, because I've been writing at least 2 book reviews a week for the best part of a year now, and they're all on my blog. But blogs only go so far. They have had their day, I am aware, and I really love my blog as a kind of centre of everything. I think of it as a hub for all my bookish stuff, and I do really like the interactions I have on there, and I feel like the people who do read it really appreciate it, which I really like, but it doesn't have the sort of same reach that a Bookstagram does. So yeah, I made that a bit of a sort of decision with myself, so I've really got into that. Sorry, Mackie is running behind the sofa because she's dropped some toys down there. That's what this is. Mackie, babes. So yeah, I've read loads last year. I've written loads of reviews. I just haven't had the energy to make YouTube videos. I will put all the links where you can read those reviews in the description so that you can catch up if you wish. I'm so glad I caught a camera. Yeah, you knocked the lamp over. You've never done that before. 1 second. I think she's happy now. I found her favourite chew. We've recovered from the drama of the lamp. I don't know if this framing is as it was, but we're back. So, 2025. The big thing this year, I've already mentioned the house. That's her dragging her stick on the floor. I've already mentioned the house. We're getting married this year. We're getting married! Oh, it's so exciting! But there is so much to do. We're getting married at the end of the year, which I really like because it kind of, this whole year just gets to be wedding planning, which is amazing. So yeah, that's the big thing this year. I also turned 30 this year, but to be honest, I haven't even really thought about that. I have no feelings about that. I know a lot of people get really bothered about turning 30. You want to come back up on the sofa? Yeah? You coming up? You want some help? Those little legs. It's hard to get up, isn't it? Hard to get up. A lot of people have very big feelings about turning 30. I kind of don't. I think because, we're getting married 2 weeks before my 30th birthday. It feels like a nice sort of step into adulthood to in the same month I get married and I turn 30. I like that those things go together, So that's the big thing for this year, is wedding. In terms of reading, so I've set myself the same goal I've had for the last few years of reading 100 books this year, and I am slightly ahead of that goal, which is always where I like to be towards the end of January. And I set myself a bunch of reading challenges as per. One of them is on Instagram, so you're very welcome to join me with that. It's a non-fiction challenge. If you have been following this channel for a while, you will know that I set myself a challenge to read at least one non-fiction book every single month, and I'm carrying that on, and now I made it an Instagram challenge that you can join in with as well. So you can just read one book a month. I've also got some little prompts and things, so that's my one of my monthly goals. And there are 2 buzzword challenges this year, the title challenge and the cover challenge, so I'm doing both of those. And I'm also doing the Read Queerly challenge this year. I really enjoyed it last year. So I've got a few prompt-based challenges. I love prompt-based challenges. And a couple of other sort of casual challenges, relaxed goals. So I've been using my local library loads more recently, because all my books are in boxes in the front room, and I've really enjoyed it. It's really just been lovely. Not just like physical books from the library, but I've been using Libby and BorrowBox. So that's something I really want to do more this year, is make the most of that resource. You know, we live in like a small city. I mean, Cardiff it's a small city, but it's a capital city. There are lots of libraries, there are loads of resources, and I should be making the most of that. So that's one of my goals for this year. I have a couple of authors I want to read a bit more of. I read Her Majesty's Royal Coven by Juna Dawson last year, and I read The Shadow Cabinet at the start of this year, and I want to read Queen Bee this year, and the final book in the trilogy, which is coming out whenever that comes out this year. And I want to read more Silvia Moreno Garcia. Those are the two authors I want to get to the end of the year and be like, these are the authors I read a lot of this year. So yeah, those are a couple of my goals for this year in terms of reading. So in terms of like how YouTube fits into all that, I really want to make this work inside like how my life is right now. Last time I was making YouTube videos, I lived with a flatmate, and I would say like in many ways we functionally lived alone. Like, you know, we led our own lives, we were really good friends, we lived together for years and years, but you know, we did like lead very independent lives, and that sort of lent itself to video making, but also kind of in some ways hindered itself, because finding a corner in a shared flat is quite hard. But now, like, you know, I live with my fiance and our baby corgi, and, you know, we have this whole house, but it's fitting around someone else's work schedule. So there's all sorts of different things to kind of balance it with, but I do really want to get back into it. I don't know if I'm going to do monthly wrap-ups, because I found that quite a lot in the end, doing monthly wrap-ups. But if I do quarterly wrap-ups, I would have to do like a highlight reel. So I think I might do that. Just be like, so a few books that stand out from like every quarter maybe. I think that would work quite well. So yeah, that's the sort of main thinking, is just like, how can I fit this back into my life? Because I really, really miss doing it. I haven't been able to do any journaling since we moved, because again, everything is in boxes. I don't have a desk at the moment. And again, I haven't just really had the time to do it. It's, yeah. I don't know how much I want this to be like just a book channel. That was very much my outlook at the start, and I did a few things about like book adaptations and things. But I think it might just be a general YouTube channel with a focus on books, because that is most of my life. Outside of music, which is my work, this is my main hobby. So it will probably still be book focused. But we might have the odd theatre vlog in here. We might have the odd TV or film discussion. I'm keeping it open-ended. We might have some board game reviews. Who knows? Or just, you know, corgi life updates. So that was a very rambly, probably, I definitely feel out of practice making YouTube videos, so I hope this is coherent. But that's a little check-in, a little update as to where life is at the moment. I would love to know what you're doing, how 2024 was for you, what your goals are for 2025, reading or otherwise, and I will see you in the next video, because I will be making more videos this year. So yeah, I'll see you next time. Mackie, shall we say bye to everyone? You've just settled down, but I am going to get you up again. So thank you very much for watching, and me and Mackie will see you in the next video. Bye!